All right, I'll call the meeting to order.
The meeting has been posted according to open meeting laws.
Roll call.
President Seeger.
Here.
Trustee Alexander. Here. Trustee Nugent. Here. Trustee Johnson. Here. Trustee Renucci.
Here.
Trustee Smalley. Here. Thank you.
All right, citizen participation per Village Resolution 2017-01, and in wishing to address the Village Board. During citizen participation will be allowed 5 minutes. Your subject can be anything, whether on the agenda or not. The Village Board should not engage in a discussion regarding the comments because it was not part of the public notice agenda. Upon conclusion of the citizen participation segment, members of the audience are not allowed further comment unless they are participating in a public hearing or specifically allowed by a majority vote due to involvement in the agenda item. With that being said, would anybody like to speak during citizen participation?
Hi, I'm Vanessa Lenz, the Chamber Director. I would like to be able to provide just a little bit of context during miscellaneous agenda item number 5, I believe it is. It wasn't on the printed agenda. If I'm able to talk during that time, otherwise I can just say what I want to say now.
Go ahead and say whatever you want to say.
Okay, I just, we're going to review some advertising policies, and I just think it's really important for the full board to know, this item came up in regards to the Cda Billboard Campaign, which we're all really excited about. And I just want just a little bit of background that the Chamber does follow a really strong vetting process for developing our ads. We've seen a lot of really strong success in the last 9 years that we've been doing it. And we do talk to people of different ages, different geographic locations, and we do have some marketing professionals on our board that review all of the ads. So the ads that we did pull forward with running were following that process, and we are really excited about it. And I do, really trust the vision that this board has been going on, and so I just want to make sure that you guys know that we did follow a process, and we did not create anything that we didn't think would be for the betterment of East Troy and just bringing people here. So, and if you have further questions, I'd be happy to talk to any of you individually or, as a group.
Thank you, Vanessa. Anybody else that would like to speak during citizen participation? Anybody else that would like to speak? Nice, going 3 times, citizen participation.
You do have 5 minutes, you can.
Hello, I'm Benjamin Keating. I'm the president of the Chamber of Commerce. I'm here today. Look at this gum. My family always yells at me for my gum. I'm here to support the Chamber. I'm here to support our design arm, the arm that we're using here, to work on our tourism, bring awareness and invite people into East Troy. I'm not originally from here, so whatever signal we put out, get here. That design process is a trusted one. Designed a lot of stuff. If you look at the folders of things we've designed, gigabytes and gigabytes. We're not designers. That's kind of a secondary thing, but we have to generate art. Art is a way of conveying emotion and connecting people. So I find it a little disheartening to have this project come up the way that it did. While the design process was never really there for anything prior to it. Look at those assets, see those same colors, down to the hex value. Other things in the past. So here to figure out how to push against the grain here. But design is about emotion, it's about connecting. Now we have a government resource connecting to a very precious, in my opinion, a very precious asset. Top-notch design resources available in this area. So to come at it the way that we did, not through a professional process, talking about and vetting the design, while also agreeing and moving forward with that same trust, which I'm very thankful for. I'm here just to start paying more attention, see what that is. Everyone should be included. East Troy is we want to welcome everyone. It's for everybody. I think what I will leave you with, it's probably about 5 minutes, that we all have kids. We have little kids. A lot of us that are pushing on these events. A lot of it comes from that. So I hope tonight, at some point, I can hear from one of you or all of you. I'll hang out outside. Unofficial, off the record. I'd like to hear what you really think. Why? I've been defending designs and strong enough to defend themselves and to design full subway, everything painted, the whole thing, just like you'd see Apple do. Incredible design power. Here is irking. Thank you for listening. Love East Troy. Of all of you, and I want this place to be a place for really kind of the long view for me, is that place that's safe. Even if they go somewhere else, know that East Troy is home. Please think about what you're thinking about. Under all of you, in any capacity. Thank you.
Thanks, Ben. Anybody else that would like to speak during citizen participation? Once or twice? Or a fifth? Anybody like to speak during citizen participation? No? Okay, I'll close citizen participation and move on to consent agenda. Consent agenda. One motion and a second will approve all the following items. Any item may be pulled from the list and voted on separately.
I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. On to miscellaneous business. Consideration of awarding bid for sewer lining project. Any questions about this for Jason?
Make a motion to approve the bid from Business Sewer of $104,901.20 using surplus funds from the sewer utility.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
I just had a question. Jason, this 8-inch clay pipe, is that the village's system?
Yes, we have the majority of our collection system is 8-inch clay.
Really?
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. All right. Consideration of approving proposal from Strand and Associates for grant submission for the bill. Any questions for Jason? We've already talked about this. BIL. Sorry, I shouldn't have said bill. BIL.
I want to thank Jason for organizing that, and Chelsea too for made it easy for us to review it. I'll make a motion to approve the bid from Strand not to exceed $12,000.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. All right. Direction to staff regarding no mow may code requirements and code requirements. Jason.
No, this is mine.
Oh.
Yeah, no. As you all know, we have an ordinance regarding length of grass, and we have some residents that actually have signs up in their yard that are promoting this. They have not cut their grass, and I guess we're just looking for some direction on, is this something we want to enforce in May, or is this something that we just kind of not enforce and come June 1st, they cut their grass? There's a couple of ways to look at it. I'm waiting. If a neighbor complains, then maybe we need to take action, or kind of let it go. My feeling is our repeat offenders, which we seem to have every year, we've already sent them letters, just because they haven't done it in the past, and DPW usually does their grass all summer long. So they've already got their letters. But these other ones that are starting to get pretty long about the village, I just wanted direction from the board before make it.
I got an idea.
And I had,
How about we, do issue them a warning citation that they have to do it within weeks?
Could somebody clarify here? I guess I'm a little lost here. I thought the village had an ordinance about cutting lawns.
Yeah,
Yeah, I understand it, but then, so what's this no mow May thing?
so it's a campaign to allow pollinators to have some early spring source of food. I asked Christine on Friday if she could do a quick search to see if there's other communities that are allowing this around this area. The only ones that she really found around this area are Greenfield and Glendale. There's some other ones in the state like Appleton, La Crosse, Wausau, Wisconsin Rapids, Superior. And actually she printed out the one from Greenfield because they actually call themselves the pollinator-friendly community. And you actually register on their website to participate in No Mow May, and then you don't get the warning or the citation or anything. So that's the way they keep track. Supposedly this is something that started in 2020, and it's just every year it's been getting more, I guess, advertisement. So I'm sure next year we're going to have more people, and this is probably going to be talked about a lot more.
Don't we have a permit for not cutting grass and just letting it go wild?
Natural lawn, but I don't want, I mean, if people are only going to do it for a month, they're not going to come in to get a permit for a month. But
Agreed.
I just thought I'd give you some information on what other communities are doing.
I like Scott's idea.
I like Scott's idea, and then let's just look at, is there a way just to throw up a little website registry if somebody wants to do it next May and be done with it? I mean, it's not it goes for 2 months, it starts to become a problem. It's not a safety issue, it's not a health hazard.
An industrious hay baler could make a lot of money out there.
Well, I mean, Greenfield even has, I think they even have something like on how to cut your lawn grass when you start in June, how to do it the right way so you don't kill it. I mean, they're into it, so.
I mean, yeah, so we're not reinventing the wheel. Let's figure out how we do it better next year, and I like Scott's idea.
Is that enough direction?
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Ben, we can't. Moving on then. Consideration of update quote from CTI for AV equipment upgrades and update on other board furnishings. Okay. Oh, does anybody have a question for Eileen? I'm so sorry. She did put all this effort into a memo that we all should have read. And if we did, we can just address some questions instead of having her read the memo again. Any questions?
I had one earlier, but it was answered. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. I think even though it's Logitech is 2 to 3 months out, Creston's 9 months. Creston's a better product. Wait for the Creston. You convinced me.
In that case, should I have him order the equipment but wait to install till we have the crest?
Whatever creates the least amount of disruption.
Okay, great, I'll talk to him about
It may be easier for them to do everything at once and doing that, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the Creston I think is more costly. So in your approval, I'll want you to mention the Creston device.
I read it, believe it or not, and I did understand a lot of it. But what I wanted to ask about was at the top of the first page with the dual flex gooseneck microphones. I don't know what the supply chain issue is with these and how long it's going to take to get, or what's going on with it, and I don't know. But my theory is that should we order an extra one to have in case something gets broken, that we can then replace it and not have to worry about waiting on order for it. since we're ordering them now. And the other question I had was, on the second page, the gooseneck mic stand for the podium. Now, I do know that at times we've had presentations where we've had 3 and 4 people standing up here giving us a presentation, either to explain things or however it works. But I'm wondering, would it make more sense for us for sometimes, they're wireless, correct? And I'm thinking, should we maybe supply 2 microphones so that 2 parties can interact? So at least people wouldn't have to be moving out of the way for another party to come and speak at the microphone at the podium. Just a thought, and if you don't think it's a good idea, fine.
If my memory is correct, he quoted 13 gooseneck microphones, which we have 12 without the podium. And I think there were 2 handheld microphones, and 1 that would be in a stand.
It says 16. I wasn't sure how many were required, since I wasn't sure what the new, the layout was going to be and how many were going to be needed right off the bat.
Yeah, on the BOM, there's 13 on the gooseneck, first item, 13 Shure, charging station.
But to your second question, 40, I think the handhelds will take care of that issue of having multiple people needing to present.
Okay, that's fine.
They also would kind of take care of any kind of issues we have with anything that would happen to one of them. We'd have that as our backup.
Did you see handhelds when you were looking at it, Matt? I thought it included it, but now I might be.
I didn't see that.
I'm thinking I might be getting
the BOM.
confused with the competitors. I know that's something that, Scott, you had mentioned in the past.
I mean, the unit price on, if we add a few more of these, is under $10, so make the motion to, we're going to get to doing this, having just finished doing this for the county, we're back to the board. So I was assuming that we would take this from ARPA funds, but fair to not do that.
I think that's a great use of.
Make a motion to approve the use of ARPA funds for the AV equipment updates, not to exceed $75,000, to give you some contingent reference for the.
Yeah.
Any other discussion, questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. All right, consideration of establishing parameters for advertising on billboards approved for a marketing campaign in conjunction with Chamber of Commerce. So background on this, the CDA decided they wanted to be a partner with the businesses community and started out with a discussion about donating funds to those that had been impacted by lack of business because of COVID and then because of square renovations. But this is something for all the businesses in the community, not just the ones that are on the square. And that was going to be a really difficult way to determine how, right? Well, how do we determine who had a loss, who really didn't get to get involved with this whole process? So we came up with some other ideas, and one of them that the Chamber had presented was the idea of doing a billboard for the community to bring people in, because there was too many people that had driven by on 43 and not known that we have our awesome square. So how do we get them in, right? So it's a way to do that, to draw them in. And one of the things when we did that whole thing was CDA is a new group of people that are together and maybe aren't as well oiled a machine as this board may be. And one of the things that we forgot to do was put in there, hey, come to the board with approval for it. So what I'm doing tonight is looking for 3 people that right after this meeting will adjourn and maybe in that back room for a little bit, take a look at the existing designs. Even have Vanessa with you in there if we need for part of this group, and or anybody that helped in the design of it, and make a what? Yes, sorry. There's multiple designs because it's a revolving electronic and all this stuff. So I need 3 people to just get together in that room really quick after the meeting to make a decision on which one. It's not something that has to be brought back to this board. Whatever that ad hoc committee decides is what we're going to use for advertisement. Who would like to get involved? 1, 2, 3. We're good. Okay, we got 3 people. So that's going to be Jason, Matt, and Mary. So, on to reports. Library board minutes from 4/12. Any questions?
Okay. Tammy doing well?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
How about,
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking.
how about any questions, from planning commission meeting minutes from 5/9? Lake minutes from 4/20. Any questions? If not, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Meeting adjourned.